This year's big trip was Bruges, Belgium. We hadn't seen our German family since 2019, and this seemed like a great place for all of us to meet. Bruges has a lot of history. Founded by the Vikings in the late 800s as Brega, meaning harbor, it became a strategic trading port. The local population, including the Vikings, underwent a slow process of Christianization and a cultural assimilation, diminishing the distinct Viking identity, and by the 900s, the area was controlled by the Frankish kingdom. Most of the city center was completed in the 1300s and most of the surrounding areas by the 1700s. A lot of history. We rented an apartment that was situated in a building built in 1639, modern by Bruges standards, that had been remodeled into an absolutely fantastic place in a perfect downtown location, De Drie Koningen, which translates into the Three Kings. This is our garage. I'm guessing definitely horse and buggy at one time. Doors are ginormous. These locks. Unbelievable how big these things are. Look at that. We arrived a day ahead of our Berlin family and headed to a wonderful bar and grill that had the smell of meat cooking over a charcoal fire. And I couldn't resist, and it did not disappoint. Bruges is not a place for wheelchairs. The stairway to the second floor where we ate will get your attention. Each stair was about half as wide as my shoe. Not a place you want to be drunk. And a super friendly staff. Do you really need a breathalyzer if you're pulled over with this on the back? And this looks like a great place to go if you want a beer and you're broke. This means no parking and the between times, which in German, wann is when and tot is death, so now we know. De Kotze sounds like the German phrase, the puke. Must be rough rides. And verkocht means sold in Dutch, but overcooked in German. And Mannequin Peace.
Take the next left onto Steenkai.
Okay. It's even making the heart. It's here for this one day of the year. We had no idea this was going to take place when we came or booked this for the Ascension of Christ. One day of the year that they celebrate the Ascension of Christ. That couldn't have been cheap.
This box is solid metal. To give you an idea how big this thing is, look at these locks. These are locks for the original documents that were kept for the city. Look at that. Yeah.
Belgium is known for their waffles, chocolate, 1,600 different beers, and French Belgian fries. The origins of fries, or frites as they're known in Belgium, are debated, but many sources point to Belgium as their likely birthplace, specifically in the 17th century. The legend has it that the residents of the Moose Valley, where the river froze over in the winter, began frying potatoes when they could no longer fish. These fries made their way to France, and it's told that tourists visited Paris more than Belgium, so they became known as French fries.
Only now you know the rest of the story.
The waffles are a delicacy, not just for breakfast. Ice cream, chocolate, fruits, very good and nearly every night. They are typically larger and thicker, have deeper pockets for holding toppings, and are often made with a yeast leaven batter, resulting in a lighter, crispier texture, and they're often square. Chocolate arrived in Belgium through the port of Antwerp in the 17th century. The region was a Spanish colony at the time, and in 1828 the Dutchman Van Hoyten began producing cocoa powder. The chocolate tablet that we know as a candy bar was invented by the Frenchman Meunier in 1836. Neuhaus claims the credit for the first Belgian chocolate created in 1912. Chocolate made in Belgium is characterized by a higher chocolate content than in other countries.
Some YouTube and screws.
All chocolate.
Looks like since 1800.
Yeah, it's got some rust on it.
Florentina ist Karamell und Nüsse und Schokolade.
About 1,600 different types of beer in Belgium. My wife only had a chance to try 4, so 1,596 left.
see what I mean. There's a mountain top that I'm dreaming of. You know where I'll be riding shotgun.
In Bruges' Gothic structures, you'll see metal plates or house ties, often decorative, on the exterior walls of buildings. They are known as anchor plates or wall anchors, and they are crucial to the structure. Anchor plates are connected to tie rods that extend through the wall to the internal floor or the roof beams. They act like large washers, securing the tie rods and preventing them from being pulled through the brick walls and preventing bulging or collapse. They were commonly used from the 15th century onward.
The building was built on this.
Here's the dance floor.
Hello.
Hello.
There you are, making movies.
Making moves.
A remake of En Bruges.
And roofs.
Without bad language.
Yeah.
This is
Not
beautiful.
German language.
She's got, Captain. Oh, yeah.
Only pick the spikes too. I was so lucky to still be born here.
St. John's Hospital, 1190.
Show you where
The Basilica of the Holy Blood, built in 1751, is thought to have a relic of Christ's blood. The legend says that it was brought to the city after the Second Crusade in the 12th century. However, historical accounts suggest that it arrived after the Fourth Crusade in 1204, possibly looted from Constantinople. The relic is believed to be a cloth containing bloodstains collected by Joseph of Arimathea after Christ's crucifixion.
How deep the Father's love for us, how vast beyond all measure, that He should give His only Son to make a wretch His treasure. How great the pain of seeing lost, the Father turned His face away, as wounds which mar the chosen one, turning His Son to glory.
These are monumental brass memorials. Behind them are the entombed bodies depicted on the carvings. These were popular in the 14th century.
All of these are metal. Looks like they were on the floor. Maybe a funeral marker? The past? Definitely wide enough for two people.
Ashamed, I hear my mocking voice call out among the scoffers, and it was my sin that held Him there until it was accomplished. His dying breath has brought me life. I know that it is finished. It is finished. So I will not boast in anything. No gifts, no power, no wisdom, but I will boast in Jesus Christ, His death and resurrection. And why should I gain from His reward? Oh, I cannot give an answer, but this I know with all my heart: His wounds have paid my ransom.
Around 1270, it became customary to paint the inside of the brick-lined graves. It showed what the medieval people thought about the afterlife. The Virgin and the Child are depicted at the foot and the crucified Christ at the head, bringing redemption through His death. On the sides, the angels accompanied the deceased soul to heaven. In this time, the painters had to work quickly as the dead were often buried the same day they died. The belfry was added to the market square in 1240. Much of the upper tower had to be rebuilt in 1280 after a fire. The top octagonal bell area was added in 1483. The belfry had 10 different bells between 1280 and 1745. The last bell cracked in 1745 while in use. A new bell was purchased in 1800, 12 feet tall and just as wide, weighing in at 12,000 pounds. This bell was cast in 1680 by the Antwerp bell foundry.
Stand right here, because now you can hear it and see it.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, you have to come out. Oh my God, this is so loud.
Face.
On the right here, the Bruges Museum. It's an antique museum.
I was just talking about all this pollen. It's like little snowflakes running all the time. This is our horsey Alone. For all you folks back home, that's Ellen. Monastery. It's still active today. In the 15th century. There is that monastery. It's still active.